Hey there, welcome to day 3 of No Nonsense November. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, sharing some of the tools that I have used and got lots of experience with over the last probably 30 to 40 years. I know that's a really long time because I've gotten old. COVID's making me feel even older. So one of those is, and I talk about it pretty often, pretty much every challenge I do or I talk about the importance of writing things down, capturing things that we learn or are exposed to that are important to us or that really strike a nerve or we can really relate to, or an epiphany or an aha moment, writing them down. And with that, the power of journaling. There's at least 83 different benefits. I was looking yesterday online and they're like 83 benefits of journaling. And I'm not going to list out and share all the 83 benefits. Some of the most beneficial things I've gotten from journaling are they really help me to go from emotions to thoughts and work through issues and challenges in whatever area or aspect of my life I might be facing. I always have a challenge journal. This is actually a journal that I kept during the first time I went through the 30-day challenge from ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels does a challenge and they've been doing it on autopilot now since 2018. The first time I went through that, I was in the beta group and I did a journal. I journaled on each of the days and the participants and my experience with that, my learning, and the biggest lessons I learned. Then I went back through and with Post-it notes, I summarized the biggest lesson that I learned from each particular area and aspect of that, and I captured that on Post-it notes. And then I went on to do a summary for the people that I went through the challenge with of the biggest lessons that I learned from each of the different segments and from participating in that particular challenge. I do the same thing with my own challenges. I always keep a journal because when I'm doing a challenge, I do the Get Up and Go challenge, you might be aware of, and every time I do it, I go through it with the people that are participating in it. I not only lead it and talk through the lessons, but I actually do the action items and the assignments that I ask other people to do. So this is my October one. I started a new one in October because I was on about my 4th journal and I'm like, do I really need a new journal every time I do it? And I might, but I think I have enough room still for my December. When I do it in December, I'll be able to summarize my homework in that. But I keep a journal. I actually do the assignments like everybody else does. And then this last time, I actually rewarded myself with a little happy face sticker when I had done and posted my assignment. So I keep journals all the time. If you see me or meet me, you could check any bag I'm carrying. There's at least one notebook or journal in it. I keep journals for different reasons. Let's talk about a couple of things that I've learned about how you do journals and what you should do with them. And it's not a should, it's always, with all of these tools, all of these strategies, everything you learn from anyone on the planet or off the planet, make sure that you make it your own. Take what you learn and do what works for you. Figure it out, use it in different ways. I probably have hundreds of journals. I don't know for sure, but I have been documenting my life and the things I'm doing and the projects I'm making and the things that I'm learning in different notebooks and different journals for at least, well, since I was a teenager. I started a journal when I was a teenager, and I will admit a couple of those diary type journals I actually burned before I married my husband and started to have kids. But I wish I hadn't. I wish I still had those to go back on so that when my daughter was going through her teenage angst, I could have said, see, look at this. I was the same way. So I've got lots of journals all around me. If you look at my desk, if I look at my desk, I must have 20 journals around my desk for different things. I use them for different things. I'm going through a book and I'm learning in detail and going through the activities in a playbook by Lynn Grabhorn called Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting. And I did it right after my sudden cardiac arrest in 2011. I went through the book. It took me about a year to actually go through all of the exercises in that book. And I thought, oh, this time I'll just fly right through it. And lo and behold, with COVID and everything, I started it as part of the first Get Up and Go challenge. And I don't know, it's 6-7 months later, and I'm maybe halfway through it. It seems like life gets in the way of whatever we're doing, and our best laid plans was to do it faster. Well, I'm probably going to be a year by the time I work through all those exercises again. Why? Because I want the benefits of working through the exercises, and journaling and writing about it is a huge part of that. It's how we capture the lessons that we've learned. So one of my favorite things about journaling and writing things down is capturing the lessons that I've learned along the way and being able to share those with other people. So make whatever tool you're using your own. I schedule time every day to do some journaling. It depends on what type of journal I'm doing. And there's all different types of journals, right? You can use a journal, a notebook for whatever you want. You could use it to write a book. You could use it to outline a course. You can use it to capture and reduce stress in your life. Maybe you're going through like COVID. Oh my God, everybody should have a COVID journal. What I was doing every day to survive this particular experience. You can use it to track different things. You can actually track your journaling. I don't know why I would track my actual documentation of something, but some people do. I find that if I schedule different types of journaling, it actually will get done. I make sure that I make a commitment to myself, and sometimes I have an accountability partner with things, other times I don't. Mostly I make a commitment and I hold myself accountable. There's a variety of techniques and strategies and different ways to journal. There's list journals, there's emotion journals, there's stress reducing journals. I just found out there's inner child journaling. You can journal about different experiences that you're having, like visiting with and being and communicating with your inner child. One of my favorite types of journaling, and a type of journaling I recommend to everyone because I know and have seen and can guarantee it will change your life, is gratitude journaling. Using a journal every day to capture, 3 to 5 things every day that you're grateful for. And sometimes they're the same things, sometimes they're totally different things, sometimes they're big things, sometimes they're small things. But just noticing and appreciating what is working in your life will help to create more of that. I always keep a journal handy. I always have a journal around me. It's up to you, but I never know when I'm going to have an idea that I want to capture and write down. I forgot what I was thinking. I use it to reduce stress. What other things do I think about journals? I think that if you keep it handy, if you make it your own, if you use it as a tool that benefits you, only do tools, only use things that work for you. If you keep it flexible and fun and messy and light, some people do absolutely beautiful journals where they include pictures and graphics and arts, but I have a separate art pad where I do that kind of thing. But I think, wow, wouldn't it be cool if I incorporated all of those things into one journal? But I do so many different types of journals, and I use them for so many different things. I like to have separate ones for separate things. It just helps keep my chaotic brain a little bit more organized. So I would love to know your experience with journaling. Have you ever done it? Do you write things down? If not, I'd like to challenge you just for 3 or 4 days. I challenge you every day, maybe the same time every day, to just sit down with a blank piece of paper and then write out whatever comes to mind. No rules, just whatever comes to mind. Or you can have a list of prompts. There's all kinds of lists and tools and things available. There's actually bullet journals and all kinds of people that have created journals for you. If you go to the bookstore, if you go online and look for journals, there's blank ones, but there's also journals, just like there's guided meditations. There's journals that will guide you through a path. New mom journals, baby's first year, school life journals, which are kind of scrapbook journals combined. But there's so many different ways that you can do it. I love journaling because you can absolutely positively make it your own and create whatever you want out of it. Find a way to capture the most important times of your life and capture those so that you can share those with others. Now, keep in mind that when I write a journal, when I do journals, they're for my eyes only. That's why they can be, totally crazy and messy, and no one else has to be able to read them but me, right? It's just for me. And guess what? With my vision these days, I cannot read them at all without a magnifying glass, and even with super duper magnification, sometimes I can't capture them. But the act of writing things down helps to cement it in your memory and put it into your memory so that you're more likely and more easily able to retrieve it. That's it. That's our tool for the day, journaling. I invite you to try it, and I'll be with you tomorrow with another tool a day in the month of November to take out the nonsense and actually have things that we can use to move our life forward. Any questions? Hit me up below. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow.